So it's Monday, the 7th of February 2022. Today's been an interesting day. I reset my alarm for 7 a.m. because I realised yesterday that I really have to just, give it my all, and that, I realised a lot of things yesterday, but one is that I absolutely can memorise things if I just repeat them over and over and over again. Lecturers do tell students in university that the worst way to learn is simply reading over and over and over again. Yet that works for me, and I know this because I know all the lyrics to my favourite movie, my favourite TV series, all my favourite songs, even songs like that rap extremely fast. If I put my mind to it, I can learn them all. So based on that, I have to apply that to uni, which I plan on doing. I planned on doing it today, but it hasn't happened. So it's 5:08 in the evening. I did sleep through my alarm. I woke at, I don't even know, 9 o'clock maybe a bit before or after, somewhere like that. I knew I had a phoned appointment with my doctor at 10:30. So I just did my usual, took my meds, had coffee, was reading my book on ADHD. And then I talked to her. Now, I explained to my doctor that I'm now aware that the people living next door to me are all on ice. Now, I did say to her, I'm not concerned for me about that, in the sense that I know for a fact I will never touch it again. But the fact that the man sort of told me that there's people there that rob people and a whole bunch of stuff, I mean, that's obviously playing on my mind. He did say, though, that they're moving out, so that's good. Now, yesterday he offered it to me, and I said no. And I did say in the video, I made 5 videos yesterday, but in one of them that I asked for a cigarette. Now, I didn't touch the cigarettes. I still have them. I didn't roll the joint. I didn't do any of that. I just made my weed capsules and stuck with that. I am having a vodka like I did yesterday, but when it comes to alcohol, I'm at the point where one drink lasts me forever, and I mean, it's only if I'm with someone that I would usually have more than one, to be honest. I definitely don't have a drink every day, but I really feel like I deserve one today, and I'm going to explain why. So yesterday, as anyone that saw my videos knows, I was struggling really bad because my mum messaged me just to tell me she wasn't going to read anything. So, okay, that's a done deal. They're gone. I'm over it. I can't do this anymore. Just like when it comes to Mr. X, I love them very, very much, but I can and would rather communicate with their higher selves than down here in 3D, because they're not very nice people. And I'm sure they'll say the same thing about me, which is absolutely fine, because they don't know me. And if you don't know me and you judge me, well, that's on you, not me, and I don't give a fuck. I am very aware that I don't always remember to finish my points of the story. I very much feel like I'm reading about myself in this ADHD book, and I obviously am going through the emotions. I feel like grief is a pretty big one right now, in the sense of just like how much harder my life has been because I didn't know this is very apparent. And it's also causing me and my inner critic to beat me up because I'm a psych student, like I've got 4 units to go until I've graduated my double degree. And obviously I've studied ADHD then in the past, and I've been questioned. I've had lots of people ask me if I've got it. Every time I've said no. Based on everything I've read, I've been like, no, I don't. I have borderline, I have bipolar, I've got all the other diagnoses that I've been told about, but ADHD isn't one of them. And I fully think I'm aware, and I think I mentioned it yesterday or the day before, that I am one of the people who, I hate to admit this, but these videos are real and raw and honest, and the only person I'm hurting by lying is to me, just lying, yeah, you know what I mean. So unfortunately, because I haven't understood ADHD that well, I was one of the people who judged, in the sense of it's just so much easier to say, oh, the kid's got ADHD, or oh, it's ADHD, you know, it's excuses, they're just lazy, selfish, yada, yada, yada. Which is ironic, because reading this book, it's like completely apparent that I'm 100% have it and have been suffering from it my whole life. I guess that's why the diagnosis is taking me so long to get my head around, because it's really bringing to the forefront just how judgmental, I guess, I have been as a person who honestly has believed that I'm extremely open-minded and not judgmental, and for me to realize that I am, I mean, there's so much happening obviously within me. Now, one good thing about me, though, is that I am 100 billion% never going to touch ice again. Now, I do not and will not ever consider myself an addict. Yep, I used to smoke ice. I have spoken about that. It's not something I'm ashamed or too shy or whatever it is to talk about. Very open about it. Now, but I mean, it's 5.5 years. 25th of July is the anniversary that I celebrate every year. So the 25th of this July will be 6 years. And yeah, so the neighbours smoke it, right? And now this man across the fence, who I'm guessing is like in his 50s, maybe mid to late 50s. I don't know. Anyway, somewhere around there. It kind of feels like he's made it his mission to get me to smoke. Now, I've said each time I don't smoke, I don't miss it, and I've no interest in doing it. Now, yesterday he came over to look at the fence, and I mentioned that that's where I got the cigarettes from. Now, today he's out the back, and I was doing housework and sorting out my office solarium room, and I needed to dust something. So I went outside, and he was there, and he waved, and I went and said hello, as the dogs were going back and forth, sort of barking at each other. And he said, oh, do you want to smoke? I said, no, I'm good, thank you. I really don't want to smoke ciggies. I've still got the 2 from yesterday. I don't want to smoke them. I'm just going to put them in the break in case of emergency sort of, you know, pile, so to speak. And I said, I really don't want that. But thanks for the offer. And he goes, yeah, no, that's cool. What about the other one? Do you want to smoke that? And I'm like, I just wanted to clarify, you know. And I'm like, huh? He goes, ice. He goes, come have a smoke with me. And I'm like, no, I'm good, thank you. And he's like, it's packed and ready to go. I can go and get it. I'm like, it's okay. I've said no, thank you. And then it was funny, right? So I've obviously messaged Graham about it, and I've same with Rachel, right? So they're aware of what's and Grant, I've spoken on the phone. So those 3 people in my life are aware of what's happening. So this only happened a couple of hours ago, maybe not even that long, because I had put everything on silent to make the video at the time, straight after what happened out the back. In the end, I ended up, like I said, on the phone texting 2 different people, and now I'm here. But where was I? So I'm out the back. He's asked me, do I want to have smoke? No. He has said to me many times, it's there, it's ready, come get it, just come over, you'll be fine. Yeah, again, I'm saying no. And I said to him, again, I don't miss it. And he keeps giving me this look like he doesn't believe me. And he's like, you really don't miss it. I said, I really don't miss it. I said, I have no interest in ever doing it ever again. I said, as far as I'm even aware, I said, we're living in COVID times. I said, last I heard, the prices had skyrocketed and the quality has dropped to so fucking bad. I don't even understand why people who've been on it for this long haven't tried to use COVID as a way to get off it. But, you know, obviously we're all aware, my brain, different to everyone else's, so I don't see shit the same way others do. So he's over the fence, and he is doing everything he possibly can to convince me why I should go and have a smoke with him, right? But the funny part is, and I say funny because I'm very lucky. I'm in this, like, I'm so not interested in it that there's nothing I have to worry about. And I said that to Graham, for example, and he obviously, like others, has concerns, especially since I've relapsed back into self-harm, unfortunately. But I explained to Graham that and the drugs, they're very different, right? But anyway, we'll go back. So this man is trying to tell me I should have one, and I'm like, it's okay. And he, like I said, he tried everything he could. I really feel like he's made it his mission to try and break me in the sense of trying to get me to smoke. That's not going to happen, and I have said to Graham, I'm going to use this as a little bit of an experiment for me, again, in the same sense that these videos are me documenting my life. I'm not going to overthink what emotion I'm in. If I need to make a video, I'll make a fucking video. If it stops me from picking up a knife, it's 1,000 times worth it to me. But yeah, so he's going on and on about how shit it is and how bad it is and how it costs all this money and how the quality is so bad. And he goes to me, you know, if you just had a little bit, you'd be able to see what I mean. And I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Why would I want to smoke ice when I haven't touched it in 5.5 years? I've got zero interest in it, and it's crap quality. I'm like, I'm good, thank you. So I mentioned, I don't even know how, like, when he asked me about the whole missing it, I was like, no, but sometimes it's in my dreams. So he took that as I'm lying to him, I'm lying to myself, I'm lying because I obviously miss it. There's no way a person would be dreaming about it if they didn't miss it. To break that myth, that's absolute bullshit, because even I was concerned when I first quit ice that was the reason, and I did my research and my homework and I talked to the right professionals, and I don't miss it. And yes, I do dream about it sometimes. It is not because I miss it. But yeah, I'm fucking really feeling like, it's conflicting, because I feel really proud that I have now been offered ice on 3 separate occasions in 4 days, and today it wasn't even just an offer, it was a going out of his way to convince me to do it. And if it had been, I don't want to sound like I'm tooting my own horn, but I know if someone else in my situation had been talked to the way that I was this afternoon, and they weren't as like steadfast in their belief like I am, most people would have caved. Like this man went out of his way. I will never touch it ever again. But I like weed, and I like sleeping, and I actually want to study, and there's a billion reasons why I don't do it anymore, but there's also a billion reasons why I never want to. And like I said to him, it's like, I'm on dexamphetamine, right? I accidentally take one of them at the wrong time, and I have to stay awake, can't sleep. It does my head in. Like, for people who've never done ice, don't do it, would be my first thing I'd say. But like, yeah, the high is great, but it doesn't last fuck all, and then the rest of it lasts so long. It's no wonder people go mad. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to keep seeing if he keeps asking. Graham's pretty mad about the whole breaking boundaries thing, in the sense of I've now said no on multiple occasions and he just keeps asking, and Graham's like, that's a boundary breaker. And I was like, yeah, okay, true, but I'm not getting on the bad side of these people. Like, I'm okay to say hi, you know, like, I can talk to a man that offers me ice because I know for a fact I'm never going to do it. Like, I've been in a room with Mr. X while he still smoked it, and I had quit, and I didn't cave then. I've been in rooms with other people that still smoke it, and I'd quit, and I didn't have any then. So, you know, that's how it is. And yeah, so, you know, I haven't even finished my housework. The vacuuming still needs to be done. I have vaped a bit of weed, definitely. I had 1 vodka poured, but like, it's still that full with like fuck all, you know. And yesterday I had the same, and I swear I had the same fucking vodka glass for, I reckon, at least 2.5 hours while I worked on all that stuff. I definitely didn't pour more than one, that much is for sure. Alright, I am going to get off the topic of ice because I've been talking 15 minutes. Now, anyone out there who sees this, I need you to please think good thoughts for my baby boss. He's been scratching at the same spot, and I already called the vet a week ago and spoke to them, and I'd started giving antihistamine tablets for hay fever, which is what it seems like he's got. But I noticed yesterday that the particular spot he's been scratching now has like this red welt looking thing, and obviously I googled, and I'm not a vet, I don't know any of this stuff, and Boss is my best friend, so I think, you know, I kept an eye on it, and I noticed that he's got more lumps. Now, Boss has had surgery 3 times so far for cancer, multiple lumps, tumours removed. My vet has said that he is prone to lumps. Without biopsies, there's no way to know if they're cancerous or not. But the thing I think that's really worrying me with Boss at the moment is he's become extremely sensitive to the touch. Now, I've been doing all my reading on, you know, Google and whatnot. And yes, I'm a uni student. I know how to tell the difference between a reliable fact source and bullshit. Just FYI. Anyway, so what I've noticed is when I pet him, like he's always had like the spot like dogs have, you know, where they do the reflex, you know, scratching or pounding of the leg when you know, get the right spot. But now it's almost like it doesn't matter where I pat Boss, it's happening, and he's reacting in a way that he hasn't before. And my biggest fear in the entire world is honestly what the fuck is going to happen to me when I lose my baby. So obviously it goes without saying that I get rid of the ads on my YouTube in my bedroom. At least my TV is connected to my phone. But yeah, I'm fucking just even thinking about what's going to happen if I lose, or when I lose my dog, is too much for me to even try to comprehend at the moment. To the point where I was talking to Graham about it, because I've made an appointment to take Boss to the vet tomorrow morning. He was like, I really think you need to talk to your psychologist about it, and I was like, I've definitely spoken to my psychologist about it, and well, again, I'm actually speaking to my psychologist on Thursday. Today's Monday. I can literally hear him right now. I don't know if it's going to be picked up in the alright, so there's certain music that Boss hates, and I think it's because of the pitch in his ears, and I don't fully understand it, but I'm pretty sure that's the reason. Otherwise, he's just got really bad taste in music, because he does it to Tool and Disturbed and just all of the fantastic music I listen to, he doesn't particularly like. Anyway, he was just crying, so thankfully I can't control my TV from my phone, because I had to pause it, because I don't understand why he doesn't just leave the room if the music's bothering him. Like, he's currently lying on my bed where the TV is, and the TV is obviously up loud, so I can hear the music when I'm going around my house. And it happened just before I started making this video, and I was like, Boss, like, get off the bed and leave the room. Like, obviously I don't know how dogs' brains work, but like, Jesus, you would think that the dog would just leave, but he doesn't. He just cries and moans until I turn it off. But I am sure you can tell by this video that I am in a much better mind frame than I was yesterday. I really think the fact that I have now been offered ice this amount of times and am so fucking happy that I'm 1,100% at a place where I'm just not even fazed by it. I'm guessing that's really helping my mood. Not guessing, I know that's helping my mood. Knowing that I need to have, how did my dog to put it? She said it to me earlier. See if I can find it. Yeah. I need to have a stronger sense of self and do not allow other people to make me feel bad, which usually I'm pretty good with. I mean, I make videos, I post them onto the internet, and I don't really care what people say. Jesus, I've been on TV twice over here in Australia, and I've literally read hundreds of fucking thousands of comments about myself based on people who judge me on a fucking TV episode. Like I say, if you judge me when you don't actually know me, that's on you, not on me. So strangers, they don't faze me. You can all hate on me if you really want to. I just gonna not read them. It doesn't affect me. Obviously, my family has affected me for a long time because I have so desperately saw my mum's approval, and I'm never, ever, ever gonna get it. But yesterday really was what I needed to know, that 100% moving forward, they're blocked, I'm done, there's no going back now. It's literally what will keep me mentally safe. I'm not mentally and emotionally safe having my family in my life because of how they treat me. And at least I can be free to be me, to be honest and true, and not worry about what the next person's going to say, because honestly, I'm here to tell stories, and that is it. Like, I tell the stories because it keeps me grounded, it keeps me here, it keeps me checked into reality. It keeps me wanting to live when I have to fight fucking bullshit, suicidal and self-harming thoughts on days like I did yesterday. And I do want to learn. I want to learn. I realise, like I said, repetition is what I have to do. I've got to suck it up and do it. This book is showing me, it's teaching me how and things like that. But yeah, I mean, I will say, I've advertised to do student tutoring. My psychologist actually has been asking me and hounding me to do it for ages because she thinks I'd be really good at it. And I have booklets coming out my ears that I've made throughout university. And I have actually had someone contact me, so that might be something that might come about. And the only other thing I wanted to mention is the fact that, unlike what so many people think, I'm a New Zealander living in Australia. This is my 18th year living here. And I've just once again double-checked the website, and I am still not eligible to apply for permanent residency or citizenship in Australia, even though I've lived here for, well, like I said, it'll be 18 years this year in October. So, and that's like a chunk, like except for, say, a couple of times I've gone back to New Zealand for like either a week or a few days at a time. Like, I live here, this is my home. And it's very apparent that I need a lot of support to get me to be where I believe that I should be, or for the fact that I could be. I am actually a smart woman. I'm intelligent. I do actually have the capacity to be able to achieve absolutely everything I dream of. I just really struggle because my brain is all sorts of screwed up, and contrary to what everyone seems to think, and I'm guessing it really is a generational thing, because the man said it to me yesterday from across the fence. It's the same thing that my mother continuously says to me, and it's along the lines of, oh, you'll be fine, it's just a mental illness, take your meds and get on with your life. Like, I really don't like when people say that shit. Like, I don't tell depressed people to just be happy. Telling me to just take my meds and get on with it, like, if that was actually the answer to everything, there wouldn't be a single fucking person on the planet with a mental health illness, because they'd just take their meds and get on with it, like, I take so many frickin' meds, right? So many. I take pictures of the pills. I post them all on my website. This channel is a means to an end to my website, which is where all of my stories are. But meds, just take my meds and get on with it. Sure, I wish I'd thought of that a long time ago. But hey, every day is a new day. I surround myself by quotes and positive things and happy thoughts, and I am doing everything in my power to focus on the good. And today's a good day. And I think at 25 minutes, I'm going to finish it there. So just, anyone that watches this, I want you to know, even if you feel like you're alone, there are people like me. We're out here and we care. I care. I truly care. And yeah, that's it for now.